Starting out today with section 1.1, we're going to learn about inductive reasoning. Inductive reasoning, in a nutshell, is basically all about patterns. For example, if I write this series, 1, 3, 5, 7, ... all of you can probably guess that the next number will be 9, because we were doing odd numbers, excuse me. So we know the next number is 9. We know the next one will be 11. We know the next one will be 13. If you could see that, if you knew that, you just used inductive reasoning. Congratulations. My favorite example that I always use is, say, on Monday, the mailman comes at 4 p.m. On Tuesday, the mailman comes at 4 p.m. On Wednesday, the mailman comes at 4 p.m. What time do we expect the mailman on Thursday? At 4 p.m. That's inductive reasoning. Human beings use inductive reasoning naturally. We just do it. We just see patterns. Now, when we said that we thought he would come at 4 p.m., that was a conjecture. We don't know that to be true, but we have a pretty good idea. The pattern makes it appear as though he is going to come on Thursday at 4 p.m. Conjecture is sort of the math version of hypothesis. It's not really just a random guess. It's a guess that we feel pretty good about. Most of our hypotheses in science aren't things, and we're just like, I think that if the sky is purple, then I get to be the king. No, it's something that's based on observation, and a conjecture is, again, based on evidence and observation. We see a pattern, and we think we know what's going to happen. Now, what if the mailman had actually come at 5 p.m.? Womp. Well, that would be called a counterexample. Almost ran out of space. A counterexample. A counterexample is exactly what it sounds like. It's an example that shows a conjecture is false. He doesn't come at 4 p.m. every day. How do we know that? Because he came at 5 p.m. this day. Now, we could revise our conjecture. We could make a new conjecture, and we could perhaps say, well, maybe he comes at 4 p.m. Monday through Wednesday, and at 5 p.m. on Thursday. We could check that, and we could wait a week and see if that holds up, and it might. Alright, so we could make a new conjecture and go by that, and again, this wasn't just like out of left field. We looked at what we saw and said, okay, well, maybe this pattern will hold. And if it does, great, we have a new conjecture that works. If it doesn't, we'll end up with another counterexample. And that's actually about all I have to say about inductive reasoning today. In the work, you're going to be doing mostly just number patterns. You may eventually have to talk about counterexamples for certain things, but that should be pretty straightforward. Look at the book if you need help, ask me if you need help, etc.